Here's my preview of the number 9 Baylor versus number 8 Texas men's basketball game. Last time these two teams played, Baylor did not have Langston Love. He's going to play this time. And of course, no Johnson Chamwa Chachua, but he did play against Texas Tech, so that was his first game. Now, what are some players to keep an eye on? Marcus Carr, obviously, number 2, 6'2", 190-pound guard. That's a senior. 17 points per game. 66 for 169 on threes. 84 for 107 on free throws. 2.9 rebounds per game. 4.1 assists per game. 1.6 turnovers per game. 1.6 steals per game. And 2.1 fouls per game. Sergio Barry Rice, who he is a bench player, but he is one of the leading scorers too. Number 10, 6'4", 180-pound guard. That's a senior. 12.1 points per game. 43 for 114 on threes. And he killed us last time. Remember that. 88 for 102 on free throws. 3.4 rebounds per game. 2 assists per game. 1.5 turnovers per game. 0.8 steals per game. 2 fouls per game. Timmy Allen, number 0, 6'6", 210-pound forward. That's a senior. 10.8 points per game. 2 for 17 on threes. 73 for 105 on free throws. 5.4 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game, 2 turnovers per game, 0.9 steals per game, 2.5 fouls per game. Tyrese Hunter from Iowa State, that's a transfer. Number 4, 6 foot, 175-pound guard, that's a sophomore, 9.9 points per game, 38 for 119 on threes, 42 for 54 from free throws, 3.1 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists per game, 1.9 turnovers per game, 0.9 steals per game, 1.1 fouls per game. Dylan Dessou, number 1, 6'9", 225-pound forward, that's a senior. 6.9 points per game, 7 for 26 on threes, 23 for 32 on free throws, 3.6 rebounds per game, 1.4 blocks per game, 1 turnover per game, and 2.9 fouls per game. Christian Bishop, number 32, 6'7", 220-pound forward, that's a senior. 6.5 points per game, 0 for 11 on threes, 34 for 54 on free throws, 3.5 rebounds per game, 1.1 turnovers per game, 0.9 steals per game, 0.6 blocks per game, 2.3 fouls per game. Dale Mitchell, number 23, 6'8", 205-pound forward. That's a freshman. 5.3 points per game, 15 for 33 on free throws, 4.4 rebounds per game, 0.6 turnovers per game, 0.8 steals per game, 1.2 fouls per game. Brock Cunningham, number 30, 6'5", 210-pound forward. That's a senior. 5.1 points per game, 23 for 151 on threes, 22 for 25 on free throws, 3.3 rebounds per game, 0.9 steals per game, 2.4 fouls per game. Arterio Morris, number 2, 6'3", 190-pound guard. That's a freshman. 5.1 points per game. 22 for 73 on threes. 21 for 26 on free throws. 0.6 turns per game. 0.6 steals per game. 1.3 fouls per game. And the last player I'm going to mention is Alex Anamekewe, or something. Anamekewe. Number 14, 6'5", 200-pound guard and forward. That's a freshman, 1.8 points per game, 2 for 3 on threes, and that's it. So I'm going to put the stats in the description below, and I'm going to say to you right now, you have to do a better job on Sergio Barry Rice than last time, defensively. That's rule number 1. And you got to contain the shooters a lot better than you did in that second half compared to that last time. Of course, all around, limit your foul trouble. You got to come out with more energy and more hustle than Texas. That, unlike the last 2 games, you just seem to not have that, it seems like. Of course, you got to contain the shooters and slashers for Texas. You got to be a lot better against points in the paint here. Kansas State had 42 points in the paint last game. That's a problem. And I realize some of these guys are going to be mismatches, but you got to find a way to be better and pressure the passer better. Don't let them get to the lane so easily. I mean, you got to limit your fast break points. Limit the fast break points, second chance points, points in the paint, bench points, points off turnovers. I mean, and of course, limit all those. You did a good job on Marcus Carr last time. It's just other guys kind of hurt you. You got to do a lot better job there. and force turnovers. And you got to get the defensive rebounds here. I mean, offensively, get more rebounds. I mean, take care of the ball, unlike the last two games here, and hopefully with the home court advantage, it would help. I would also say you need to take better shots and get to the rim if the shot's not going down for you from downtown or jump shots. Go to the rim. Penetrate. I mean, it's the truth. Shot selection, too, needs to be key. And you got to get some fast break points. You got to get some second chance points. You got to get some points in the paint. And fast break points as well. And get some bench points. It would be huge if Adam Flacco had a better game than he did last time. We need him to step up better. And I anticipate him stepping up because he does not have that type of game 2 games in a row. He really, really doesn't. So I would count on him stepping up. LJ Cryer needs to step up. Keontae George needs to step up. They kind of all did at the same time in the first half against Kansas before Kansas slowed them down. But that's besides the point. I mean, you got to have Jalen Bridges step up in this game. Not only defensively, but scoring the ball and rebounding. I mean, and even assists. He had 4 assists last game. Floydoma just needs to get some rebounds. More rebounds in the last 4 games. Because right now, he's not playing that great. He needs to be better on defense as well. I mean, protect the rim. You got Jonathan Chachua back. You could be a little more aggressive. Especially when he's an extra guy that they could give you 5 fouls if you need him to. I mean, Carol Boner needs to step up in terms of rebounding and defense. And you got to not be a liability on offense with those turnovers. And some of those turnovers are like unforced. I mean, Langston Love needs to step up. If Daryl Bonner needs to play in this game, he needs to step up. Langston Love needs to step up. If I haven't mentioned him already. Jonathan Chachua needs to step up. And I think he's going to help us for sure on the offensive end. I just know right now he's still working on his lateral quickness. Because, let's face it, he hasn't played it in a long time prior to that Texas Tech game. And it's going to take time for him to get back to speed on the defensive end. But he's got the offense. He does. So he needs to step up offensively and rebounding the ball. And hopefully with him, and Josh Ujuwuna needs to step up as well if he gets the chance to play. It's going to help. So and I'm going to put the stats in the description below so y'all can see it. And at this point, we need to protect home court. And not only that, we need some more quad 1 wins, especially in order to increase the chances of being a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament and help yourself also in terms of the Big 12 tournament on where you're going to play, which team you're going to play. It's the truth. Because you don't want to necessarily have to play a 5 seed, and you could have a shot of being second place in the Big 12 if you win this game and then Texas loses somewhere else. That's just saying. But you got to control your controllables. You cannot expect fouls to be called on layups and dunks. Finish through the contact. I mean, when you're near the rim, and the same thing goes for jump shooting as well. You can't expect fouls to be called. We know how inconsistent the Big 12 refs have been. So, you can't expect the refs to bail you out. You got to finish on your own. Make your free throws count. That's another thing. You got to make your free throws count, unlike the last 2 games here. And I would also say limit the opponent's own it on free throws as well. I mean, it's the truth. Anyways, anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. It's 5 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.